Oli Aloha has become a very big part of our protocols here at Kamehameha Schools, ʻAʻapueo, Maui. Written by Hawaiian scholar Mary Kawena Pukuʻi, this mele speaks of the arrival of a loved one who hasn't been seen in a very long time. Within the lines of Oli Aloha, we see that the vantage point or the viewpoint of this mele is from that of a host or the host, someone who is preparing to receive a visitor. O naunai kahala me kalehua, infused with the scent of the ohi'alehua blossom and the hala or the pandanus. This particular line sets the tone and sets the space for the rest of this mele. He halele hua no ia nakanoi. Now, when we take a look at this mele, the imagery that the composer or that the haku mele is trying to elicit is that of a host as well as a guest. The host is compared to the lehua blossom, and the mist is imagery or a poetic reference for the visitor. The ohi'alehua could also be imagery for the space in which the host is expecting to host this visitor. It could be their house, it could be their classroom, or any other space in which the host intends for that interaction to happen. O ka'uno ia e ano ine. It is my desire, it is my longing to see you once more. This particular line reminds us that this oli was written for someone who is so loved and so cherished, yet hasn't been seen in a really long time. And so the host is saying, your arrival is what I desire most. E li'a nei ho'i o ka hiki mai. An emphasis on the previous line of that longing for the host to see this beloved person once more. A hiki mai no oi, a hiki pu no me ke aloha. And here you are. You have arrived here in front of me with love. Oli Aloha has become what can be compared to as a nationalized oli, in that so many practitioners, so many people of our culture, so many different spaces within our community now use Oli Aloha as a form of greeting and warm aloha to those that come to visit. I was privileged to have the opportunity to learn more about this mele and hear about the intricacies and the details and the different layers of this mele. A very, very dear friend of mine who is a direct descendant of the haku mele, Mary Kawena Pukuʻi. And in learning from her, she expressed to me and to the hui that we were with that when her tutu wahine wrote this mele, that it was her intention for it to be a very intimate moment between two people, the host and the visitor. And I share this mo'olelo because there's a line that kind of has changed its form over the years. And the line says, "A hiki mai no oi." Over the years, this particular line has been adapted to accommodate the amount of visitors. When we look at the original mele, the line says, "A hiki mai no oi," and you have arrived. Now, others say, "A hiki mai no olua," if it's two people, or "A hiki mai no oko," if it's three or more visitors. Again, the idea was to adapt to the amount of people that this mele or this oli is being presented to. But in conversation with Mary Kawena Pukuʻi's direct descendant, she shared that it was her tutu's intention to keep it as oi. She wanted the intimacy between two people to be there, so that the guest would know that no matter how many people are around, no matter what is going on in the world, the exchange is here between me and you. And that's not to say that if there was several people, that the host was only going to choose one person and only chant to that one person. But they would look at the group, and the group would know through the intentional use of oi that every interaction that that host had with every individual person was cherished. And so once I learned this mo'olelo, and once I learned about the intentions of the hakumele, I came back to ʻAʻapueo, and I shared this mana'o with several kumu and several of our administration, and I asked them, let's honor the hakumele, and let's honor that beautiful idea of such an intimate exchange by always saying oi instead of adapting it to the amount of people that we were hosting. And so with that mana'o, the kumu and the po'o said ai. And so today, we now always say ahiki mai no oi. Ahiki pu no me ke aloha.